Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today's guest is Eric Oberweis, and he's a founding partner at Medical Innovation Exchange, also known as MIX. Eric, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Adam. Great to be here.
All right, Eric. So excited to have you on the line today and to learn more about Medical Innovation Exchange, also known as MIX. But before we do that, we'll start this episode the way that we start them all with our Mission Matters Minute. So, Eric, at Mission Matters, our aim and our goal is really to amplify stories for entrepreneurs and executives and experts. So that's what we do day in and day out, and that's our mission. Eric, what mission matters to you?
Building a community of innovators that are deeply committed to improving human health is what matters to me and to Medical Innovation Exchange. We're extremely passionate about the medical device and biotech space and just excited to develop great communities around that.
Great having you on, and always like to support our medical community and founders within that space, of course. So great to get some insight into MIX as well. I guess just to kind of get us kicked off here, like what inspired MIX? Like how this originally come about?
Absolutely. Thanks for asking. So, about 7 years ago, myself and the co-founding partner of MIX decided that we wanted to get out and meet people who were moving and shaking in the medical device and biotechnology space. And so as we looked at the ecosystem, at least here in Orange County, we really saw an opportunity to create low barriers to entry for both founders, investors, and potential entrepreneurs interested in getting into those opportunities. And so as we began to explore, ask some of our colleagues and friends that also worked in the medical technology space about this, we decided absolutely it'd be fantastic to start kind of a grassroots organization. And so as we started to snowball that up, more and more people started getting word of mouth about Medical Innovation Exchange, attending events that were both speaker-led as well as conference-type activities. It really just snowballed into a much bigger organization. Now, today we have over 3,000 participants. We host a bi-monthly mastermind group in which founders come and speak to, people that are interested in potentially looking to get into the space. And, we really try to serve the community, and it's just grown really from, like I said, grassroots into this much bigger organization with a lot of momentum.
Wow, that's amazing. And 3,000 participants, that's a big deal. What do you think some of the secret sauce is here for the others out there that are listening to this and are considering or trying to build a community? Like, what's some of that secret sauce?
So every event, we make sure to communicate and also do our core value, which is to add value to participants. We're not just there to shake hands, exchange business cards. We provide information through our events that help people to level up in their professional careers, their entrepreneurship careers. And, I think that's at the foundation of what we believe, not just going out and wasting 2 hours of an evening or 3 hours of an evening. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to go spend your time, you want to get value and meet valuable connections. And so we try to adhere to that as much as humanly possible.
Can you give an example of that? Like just to kind of put some meat around that one?
Yeah.
Like
so our mastermind
or
events,
programming or something like that, just to give an idea.
Exactly. So our events are super engaging. And what I mean by that is for anybody who's familiar with a mastermind, this is a concept by Napoleon Hill from a book called Think and Grow Rich. So we actually ask all participants who attend the event to submit questions to our serial founders who are moderating the event. And those questions are mostly geared towards, what are the roadblocks that you're facing? What are the challenges that you have either professionally or in running your business? And the moderator will screen those, select a handful, and then actually brainstorm with the entire group. So between 40 to 60 MedTech entrepreneurs and professionals on how to best solve those challenges. And so, while that consumes probably 75% of the event, this brainstorming activity is really core to giving that value back to the community. And, 9 times out of 10, the question that one founder has, another founder either also has or has helped to overcome themselves. And so it really starts to build a strong kind of flywheel among this community of professionals and entrepreneurs in a way that, like I said, a typical networking or speaking series doesn't quite do. It's much more collaborative, much more engaged.
No, that's amazing. And I know that, as I mentioned before, you were sent over to us from Brad Turner, the Newport Beach Investor Conference, and I know they're doing a bit in the space as well. So I see also like him being part of the community, that all of this community coming together. I see it working very well, and I can see why you've got, over 3,000 participants in the organization. The geography-wise, like, give me a feel for that. Is this in California? Is this across the nation? Like, how does that mix go?
Yeah, so right now Mix is pretty centrally located in Southern California. We have hosted events across a series of cities here in SoCal, so San Diego, Orange County, and LA. We are interested in branching out into other cities that are MedTech hubs, Minnesota, Boston, potentially San Francisco. As of now, though, we're very centrally located in California, hosting most of our events here.
That's awesome. Yeah, we do most things in California too, but as of this point, but Mission Matters. But we've had some events in New York and a couple other places that we go to from time to time. But I feel like that for the MedTech crowd, though, it's a strong, like, maybe talk about the demographic a little bit. This is a strong area for that, right? For entrepreneurship and med.
Absolutely, yeah. So for those of everyone listening who aren't familiar, the greater Southern California region is the most prolific med technology hub in the U.S. and potentially in the world. I'd have to look at some of those stats, but it's pretty cool, to live in such an amazing place and have such a thriving community of people that are interested in really, improving the human condition for others and working on technologies that are saving other people's lives. This area is just profound. Like right now, I'm looking out my window, I'm looking at the ocean, and, later today, I'm going to head off and work with, really life-saving technology. It's just a cool place to be. I love it. And, there are other places in the U.S. that have strong medical technology cultures and hubs. Like I mentioned, Boston's a big one, Texas, Minnesota, and then San Francisco. But this place is really, really special. And there's a reason there are a lot of medical device companies that stick around Southern California. It's got a great talent hub and a lot of entrepreneurs that are interested in making a lot of things happen. So it's pretty special.
So tell me about your vision for Mix going forward. Like, what's the plan? We're all entrepreneurs here. Let's dream for a bit. What's the plan going forward?
Yes, I think, like I mentioned a bit, we are interested in expanding both, I think, geographically, but also in our partnerships. So, the critical pieces that we always say to creating successful value for entrepreneurs and those who are in attendance include not just the information that's shared, but the participants. And so adding additional partnerships with investment firms, physician entrepreneurship communities. So getting those, people that are closest to the patients involved and feeding some of those critical insights back to our community. And then obviously just ratcheting up the level of, mastermind collaboration that we have are all pieces of the next stage of medical innovation exchange. And so this year, we're really focused on creating valuable partnerships. An example of that, in about 2 months, we'll have another mastermind group. And this one actually happens to be focused on AI. So we're partnering with an organization called AI LA, who has also been around for a little over 7 years. And we'll have a facilitated session where it's, both people involved in AI technology and then a mashup between our organization, which obviously is medical technology. So things like that, opportunities to create more synergistic kind of collisions and mixing of different partnerships and, community organizations.
What is it you hope that, especially for those that have never maybe attended a mastermind or been part of that, what do you hope that your participants kind of walk out with or walk away from the event with or walk away from the mastermind with? Like what's the goal?
If they meet one individual who helps them along their journey, at least in the next 3 to 4 months, I would consider that a success. And if they get that insight directly from the event, then that's even better. Frequently, we'll have individuals come back. A core piece is that repeat participants gain more value by continuing to build off of the, I guess, knowledge transfer or brainstorming that happens at prior sessions. And so I think that's telling of, you know, how people perceive the value add from a great community, right? It's the people that are helping them along the way, the people that are giving back to each other to help level up. And I think, you know, the important thing and the thing that really I think motivates people to continue in this space is that, you know, they're almost always doing it to better other people, right? They're creating great technologies in, you know, the cardiovascular space, the neurovascular space. And so it's, you know, I think it's a bigger mission that they see overall. So that was long-winded, but, you know, I really think that even just small scale value, if somebody has one question they get answered from an event and a brainstorming, that's a win for me.
That's great. So Eric, how do people get involved, and how do they know if they're a good fit for Mix?
Yeah, absolutely. So for those that are interested, you can check us out at medicalinnovation.io. We also host a smaller weekly event. Again, it's here in Southern California in Newport Beach, right on the waterfront. And that's currently being held on Sundays. That's not a mastermind, but they can come check it out, talk with some of the individuals in the community in a more low-key fashion. But if they'd like to join a mastermind event, happy to provide them with a ticket after listening to this if they are in the Orange County area. And they can email us at info@medinnovationexchange.com.
Fantastic. And for everybody listening, we'll put that information in the show notes so that you can just, you know, click on the links, check out the website, all that good stuff. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and is your first episode with us, well, hey, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, this is your personal invitation. Hit that subscribe button. We have many more mission-based individuals coming up on the line, and we don't want you to miss anything. And if you're a long-term listener and you haven't left us a review yet, hey, we sure would appreciate that review. Leave it when you get a second. And Eric, thanks so much. And I look forward to heading down there one day and checking out one of your events. So thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Adam.